Imagine flopping your exams and deciding that boxing is your ticket to college. That's the wild, hilarious ride Alappuzha Gymkhana takes us on. But does this sports comedy land a knockout punch or miss the mark? Let's dive straight in. First off, Alappuzha Gymkhana is a breath of fresh air in the sports genre. Director Khalid Rahman, known for Tallumala, shifts gears to deliver a light-hearted tale without the usual blood and grit. The film's premise is both unique and relatable. A group of teenagers, having failed their +2 exams, aim to secure college admission through the sports quota. Their chosen path is boxing. This setup leads to a series of comedic and heartfelt moments that keep the audience engaged. Let's have a look at what I found to be the positives of this movie. A story rooted in realism. This isn't your typical sports movie where you root for glory under stadium lights. Alappuzha Gymkhana rewrites the rulebook. These boys aren't chasing medals, they're chasing identity. They're not trying to be champions, they're just trying not to be invisible. That tiny shift in stakes from victory to validation changes everything. The idea of using boxing not for glory, but as a backdoor into college is both hilarious and deeply relatable. It taps into the middle class anxiety of settling for the quota. And the film plays with this without mocking it. That's a hard balance to strike, but it works. Performances that nail the local flavour. Naslen as Jojo Johnson. He doesn't act, he exists. There's something so real about the way he fumbles with his ambitions, lies to his parents, or stares at his crush without saying a word. He captures the fragility of adolescence without the melodramatic elements. Lukman Avaran, he's a silent engine of the group, a guy who wants to do the right thing but is crushed under his own limitations. He never raises his voice, but his presence anchors the group emotionally. Ganapathy. Comedy in this film isn't punchlines, it's timing. Ganapathy delivers some of the best laughs with just a look or a muttered one-liner. What's more impressive? He never turns into a comic relief. He's flawed, layered, and deeply human. Even the minor characters have a deeply human nature to them, which makes us connect to all the characters without feeling that they are living in this extravagant world that is beyond our imaginations. Khalid Rahman's tonal shift. If you came in expecting Tallumala 2.0, you're in for a surprise, but a good one. Rahman strips down his flamboyance and embraces stillness. The humour here is dry, observational, even uncomfortable at times. He doesn't force a single emotional beat. He waits for it to emerge naturally, like the scene where the boys walk home after losing a fight. No dialogue, just silence. It hits harder than any of the training montages, as you are connecting to the characters' emotions and get a deep dive into their mental state. Rahman also resists making heroes. These boys remain messy, scared, and even selfish, and that's what makes them so easy to root for, the human nature that resides within all of us. Jimshi Khalid's lens doesn't beautify Alappuzha, it exposes it. The frame sweats. You can feel the humidity, the dust, the mosquito-bitten gyms, and the backwater afternoons. The visual language never screams, "Look at me," but it's quietly breathtaking. The music by Vishnu Vijay is haunting in how subtle it is. It echoes lost ambitions, unspoken fears, and the silent bond between friends. There are no loud anthems, just setting the mood and setting up some nostalgic moments for the viewers. The film also dives into themes such as academic pressure. We see kids boxed into boxes, literally and figuratively. Their self-worth is measured in marks or medals. We also see a fear of mediocrity. Jojo doesn't like boxing, but it's better than being called useless, which he gets called a lot by his mother throughout the film. Now let's have a look at some of the negatives of the film. Inconsistent pacing. The first half of the film builds with a beautiful rhythm, long awkward pauses, quiet glances, and mundane mornings, and then suddenly it sprints. Once boxing enters full throttle, the film gets impatient. We skip over the becoming phase. The grind feels rushed through a song. A tighter progression from slackers to semi-skilled fighters would have added more satisfaction to the final act. Right now the payoff feels a bit unearned. Underdeveloped supporting arcs. The world of Alappuzha Gymkhana is rich, but not everyone gets to shine. In particular, the female characters. They are often defined by how they react to the boys. A girl who smiles, a mother who scolds. These women feel more like plot tools than actual people, which is disappointing for a film that is so rooted in realism in every single other aspect. Low stakes finale. While the film thrives in the small stakes space, the ending feels too neat, too safe. We're never in doubt that they'll make it. The final act lacks some suspense, no twist, or a moment of risk for the characters. For a film so rooted in the emotional truth, the final conflict could have used one more layer of danger or uncertainty to make the film truly unforgettable. Alappuzha Gymkhana isn't trying to be a blockbuster, and that's its strength. It's a film about boys stuck in a limbo between childhood and adulthood, trying to rebrand their failure into something meaningful. It's about brotherhood, ego, confusion, and the desperation to belong. If you're someone who's ever felt like the odd one out, ever faked confidence to impress your parents or friends, or ever took a path just because there wasn't another one, this film will surely hit home for you. Have you seen Alappuzha Gymkhana yet? Did you connect with Jojo and his gang, or were you hoping for something with more grit and sweat? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me, should more Malayalam films go in this light-hearted but real direction? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next deep dive.